What's up, everybody? This is A Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing Moon Square Chiron in the natal birth chart. But first, we're going to discuss what the moon is all about. So, the moon in general is connected to the sign of Cancer, and it rules over the fourth house in the natal birth chart. The moon is all about your emotion, your instincts. So it's going to be hard for people to really get in touch with your moon side or sign or a house by just meeting you. They're going to have to dig a little bit deeper, have a little bit more closer bond with you for you to feel more freely to be able to express these things. But it is about how you feel on the most deepest level when it comes down to the moon. So now Chiron. Chiron has to deal with your most deepest wounds, okay, that affected you early on in childhood, whether if it was ridicule or feeling alone, feeling abandoned, okay, whatever the case may be. Could have been financial, could have been material, okay, whatever wounded you the most in your life is seen by Chiron. So Chiron in ancient mythology was known to be the wounded healer. He was wounded very badly to the point where he could not heal himself, but he could heal other people. With Chiron in general in your natal birth chart, this is the area that you really must heal yourself from the most deepest wound that wounded you the most so that you could persevere and move forward in your life so that it doesn't become a blockage or a hindrance in your life. Okay? And then once you heal yourself, you are now going to be able to heal anybody that went through similar trauma that you have went through. So we're going to jump into this today. Moon square Chiron in the natal birth chart, men and women. So these men and women are going to really struggle with nurturing issues, okay? Nurturing issues is a major theme when it comes down to these men and women. And they do feel abandoned and you don't feel safe in your life. Usually, the behavior of your parent left a deep wound in your soul. So, these men and women are coming into this life with a deep wound of nurturing issues. Along with that, it usually does come from one or both of the parents that they have been deeply wounded all the way down to the motherfucking core to their soul. This is a extremely painful aspect because you subconsciously feel that you are a burden to other people. Okay, so whoever has moon squared Chiron, Chiron squared moon in their natal birth chart, they feel like they are a burden. They feel unloved. They feel unwanted. They feel unappreciated. They feel unworthy. Okay, this is what's going on with these men and women, and on top of that, they do feel very much lonely. So, this negative core belief makes loneliness and insecurity worse. So, these men and women are going to struggle with some deep rooted insecurities, definitely are going to have major trust issues with trusting people. The worst part about this aspect is that because you weren't taken care of, you didn't learn how to take care of yourself either. So, what's going on here is that they really didn't feel the love, the nurturing factor in their home when they were children. Growing up in their household, it could have been very strict. It could have been feeling very unsafe. All right, their parents could have been working a lot, paying more attention to other things than them, and they did not feel the love that they felt like that they should have been feeling in the house. I'm sorry, this is just what the fuck it is, okay? And to be completely honest, I have Chiron square moon in my natal birth chart, so I already know what it is. Moving forward, moon Chiron contact, okay, whether it's a conjunction, a square, or an opposition, suggests that your parents abandoned you either physically or emotionally. Okay, so This can be seen by people that have been adopted, okay, people that had to stay with somebody else. Also could be seen by people, men and women that lived in a home and it was some kind of emotional disconnect from one or both of the parents. Okay, you could have had step brothers and sisters. Okay, you could have felt like they were getting more love than you were. All right, that doesn't have to be the case, but it damn sure could have been the case. They're paying attention more to church, more than you, more than a religion, more to you, more than work, than the child. So, your parents weren't there when you needed them the most, and you didn't learn how to nurture yourself. These men and women are struggling to know how to heal this wound, how to nurture themselves, how to stand up in this world, how to move in this world, because they were not given the proper tools to know how to do it. So you know what the fuck ends up happening? They have to figure it out on their damn own, and the shit fucking hurts their motherfucking feeling that nobody showed them how to survive in this fucking world. Gave them jewels, dropping jewels and clues to how the fuck they're gonna be moving in society. There is early childhood trauma, usually surrounding or tied to your mother or the person who took care of you. These men and women deepest wound is embedded in your subconscious mind, silently directing your life without you even noticing it. Okay, so this is really tricky because the person that has this, it's going to be pushed all the way back into their subconscious mind. It's not in their conscious mind where they're fully able to grasp what's going on, but in the back of their mind, okay, their subconscious. They are secretly going through and directing their life without them even knowing it. Okay, these wounds are going to be lingering, pretty much is what I'm saying. It's going to be lingering, and they don't really know what they're feeling, what's going on, but they know they don't like what they feel. So the pain of the past repeats itself in the present. These men and women find their relationships with females particularly painful. So these men and women do need to be aware, on point, and also cautious. You can and oftentimes attract and be attracted to romantic partners who don't take care of you, and you feel abandoned again. This is what can happen with you men or you women. Okay, you can find yourself in a vicious cycle. You can find yourself repeating things that went on and took place in your past, and you notice that now they're reoccurring in your life still, even in your relationships, with friendships, in relationships with your partner. Okay, you can feel like you're coming out short, like they don't care, they're not taking care of you, they're not man enough, they're not woman enough, they're not stepping up to the plate. And this can leave these men and women to feel extremely abandoned again. So, Moon Chiron aspect suggests that your mother was not comfortable with her feminine and emotional side. Okay, this is what could be going on with your mother. She could be the type of person that is not comfortable with emotions. Okay, or even wanting to be cuddly and or like that with you. Okay, nurturing in that kind of way. And a lot of people are like that. A lot of people do not want to give off or show a weak side to them. Okay, and that's what people think emotions are, weak, but they're not. Emotions mean that you just have emotions and you deal with what you deal with. Okay, but some people find it hard to be able to do it. So your mother could have really struggled, okay, and felt really uncomfortable with her feminine side, okay, her femininity and emotional side. So pretty much she struggled to give you the nurturing you needed because she lacked it. She didn't, it wasn't presented to you because she wasn't able to do what she wasn't able to do. She wasn't able to do it. Okay. Now, in early childhood, there were a lot of conflicts in your relationship with your mother. She was not ready emotionally to be a parent. These men and women often experience emotional crises, but there was no one there to help them. Okay, so these kids could have been really breaking down inside in their soul, all the way down to the core, going through emotional trauma, trying to figure out who am I, what path should I go, what should I do, where are the skills that I need to move forward, where's the love, where's the affection. Okay, seems like nobody cares. This is what's going on with these men and women, and you want to know what? They are really trying to figure these things out. But the fact of the matter is that a lot of times, okay, um, the mother of the person with the moon squared Chiron, okay, just didn't have the tools herself to give you exactly what you needed. She wasn't able to do it because she didn't know how. She didn't know how to do it. Okay, so you learn that there is no use in expressing your emotional needs. This is what happens to them. They end up feeling like they cannot express themselves. They feel like when they do express themselves, that people don't understand them. People misunderstood what the fuck they said. Okay, and now they don't even want to express shit else. So, what you need to learn, Moon Square Chiron, men and women, what you need to learn was no matter what you do, there is always something wrong with what you do. Okay, so what these men and women learned, let me correct that. What you learned was no matter what you do, there is always something wrong with you. Okay, so now this became a subconscious belief what which follows you in your adult life until you consciously overcome it. So these men and women have to overcome this feeling of feeling like they're not good enough, feeling like they're not worthy. Okay, they have to build up a strong self-esteem so that they could not feel like they are unlovable and unwanted, because that's exactly what's going on here. They don't feel loved, and because they don't feel loved, they don't feel like they're worthy of love. Okay, and sometimes for these men and women, they feel like love is supposed to fucking hurt. Okay, and it's not. So you often felt like a scapegoat. However, suppressing your emotions will make you damaged good. Okay, suppressing your emotions is never good. You need to let it out. Whatever's going on in your world, speak to somebody, speak to a friend, speak to somebody that you're comfortable with. Because if you keep holding that shit inside, you're going to explode. And this will make you damaged motherfucking good. These men and women have a inner need to overcome the tension. You can learn how to be a great parent to your inner child and your real children. If you don't work on your healing process, this vicious cycle can repeat itself with your own children. Okay, so anybody that has Chiron squared moon, moon squared Chiron in the natal birth chart, even a conjunction or an opposition, you have to really work on self healing, self love, self acceptance, just self esteem, and love yourself. Okay, even if somebody didn't love you the way you felt like you should have been loved, it is okay. It's okay, because you want to know what? These men and women were traumatized early on in life because they did not receive what they felt like they really deep down wanted and needed. And because of that, they felt alone, they felt abandoned, they felt rejected, they felt neglected. Okay, so overcoming this, all you have to do is just let go of the past and move towards your future. Let go of the past. Because if you don't let go of what went on and took place, you will repeat this in your children's life. Okay, when you become a mom, you become a dad, okay, you will start doing those things to them. You'll start doing the shit. And also in your relationships, you do not want to carry this on into your intimate relationships either. Okay? So, I'm going to leave it on this note for now. In future videos to come, I will be going more into depth into this placement. Please be sure to check out my online store. It is Grimy Gear at www.grimygear.com. If you need a caterer, be sure to hit me up. I am the chef goddess also at Supreme Royale Catering at gmail.com. Now, if you need my husband to do any work to your home, swimming pool, or business, be sure to hit him up at ronnesbitt90 at gmail.com. Anybody need a synastry chart? It's $90 for 2 hours. The birth chart reading, it's $70 for 2 hours. And if you need a tarot card reading, it is $50. So this has been a Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening. Love is love, peace, and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.